it is important for emerging markets. So like I said, that if we take the entire entire population of the world, and if we try to construct a pyramid of the entire population of the world, then we can place them on the basis of their purchasing power, on the basis of the incomes that they make. So we can make like a pyramid, and we will notice that we will be left with a close to a higher percentage in the bottom. So if you can see the diagram, just see there we call it the bottom of the pyramid or the world economic pyramid. So in the pyramid, there are close to 50 to 60% people in the world who make less than $1,500 per capita income. So I'm saying again, what does bottom of pyramid mean? The bottom of pyramid means that based on the purchasing power and based on the per capita income, if we are going to classify the people in the world, and because per capita income has a direct bearing on the purchasing power, so if we place these people, then we can see that there are several people, which is close to 4,000 million people out of the total 6 billion, close to 6 billion population of the world. There is close to 4,000 million. So if we see 4,000 million, and if we can check the percentage, you will get close to 60%, which means that across the world there are 60% people in underdeveloped countries, in developing countries, who can be placed at the bottom of the pyramid, and it is a huge percentage. Where are the other people? So the other people is close to 100 million are there in the 100 million are there in the tier 1. Tier 1 means the per capita income is going to be more than $20,000. The per capita income that they make is going to be $20,000, and this population is close to 100 million. So what is the percentage? It is hardly close to 1.6 percentage. So close to, you can say, just 2% of the people are in the tier 1 place, and of course it's known that these tier 1 people also accumulate major wealth, and that's what we discussed last time also, that there is a income disparity, there is a wealth accumulation disparity, and this kind of disparity brings a lot of differences in the purchasing power, in the living standards, in the ability to buy essential products and cater to essential things like health, education. So it is impacting. So this is why we need to be sensitized to the fact that more than, you can, if you want to take a rough estimate, you can say 50 to 60% are in the bottom of the 50 to 60% of the world population are in the bottom of the pyramid. So why should we know that? We should know that because while we are concentrating on making products and services, so there is going to be a requirement that how can we cater to the bottom of the pyramid. The pricing will have to be changed. There will have to be innovation in the products. For example, Grameen Bank. So Grameen Bank is very a very successful business model. And why is that? The reason is because they work with the bottom of the pyramid people. They lend loans to this small and medium sector in the bottom of the pyramid. They started with Bangladesh, and then they spread to some of the regions in Asia like India and so on. So this is what we mean by the bottom of the pyramid. In the center, you will be left with the tier 2, and tier 2 people are tier 2 and tier 3 people are those people close to 1500 million people, and 1500 million people They are 1500 to 1750 million people. Their per capita income is going to be 1500 to 20,000 US dollars per capita income. So this is what is the bottom of the pyramid. This is the realistic picture. Such a classification of PCI, the per capita income, and purchasing power parity, triple P, is done because we want to make products and services which can cater to each of these segments. So in this class, we are going to focus more on bottom of pyramid. So given these differences, if we can just see the definition of bottom of the pyramid, it was first time given as a concept, and it's more of an economics term. So called as base of the pyramid in economics, it refers to the poorest two-thirds of the economic human pyramid, a group of more than 4 billion people. Imagine that out of the 6 billion people, these are the 4 billion people, and these 4 billion people are kind of living in poverty. They cannot buy basic products like us, and that is why it has become a focus. Of course, the percentage of people across the countries, whether it is developed or developing or emerging, so it will vary, but then there will be pockets which really need, especially the underdeveloped countries and the developing countries, so they do need the attention because there are bottom of the pyramid and they need basic infrastructure and basic items and basic products. More broadly, BOP refers to a market-based model of economic development that promises to simultaneously alleviate widespread poverty while providing growth and profit for multinationals. So what does it mean? There are two stakeholders here right now. In the bottom of the pyramid, there are people whose per capita income is very low, and it is a potential and an opportunity for multinationals and organizations. Why is that? Because the income levels are low and multinationals and organizations can work with them. There is a huge percentage of people who are there on the bottom of the pyramid. So we have to be very, very concerned, and it is an opportunity. So you remember previously we used to say, where are these opportunities in the emerging market? So we said opportunities are there in the markets of consumer products and FMCG and electronic products, retailing and education, so health. So we said there are opportunities in all these sectors in the emerging market. Plus, if you want to identify a particular target segment for opportunity in the emerging markets, you will notice that there is an huge potential and opportunity in the bottom of the pyramid across emerging markets. So that's how I want you to connect bottom of pyramid and emerging markets. So what is this Tier 4? So Tier 4 represents a multi-trillion dollar market. Tier 4 is another name for the bottom of the pyramid. According to the World Bank projections, the population at the bottom of the pyramid can become 6 billion people over the next 40 years because of the world's population growth occurs here. At the bottom of the pyramid, Tier 4 consists of 4 billion people earning $2 or less per day. They just make $2. If you convert it into rupee, it will come close to 150 rupees per day, 150 to 200. So these low income markets present an opportunity, a huge opportunity for the world's wealthiest companies to seek their fortunes and bring prosperity to the aspiring poor. So these poor people, or you can say lower income group people, so they aspire and they want to, there will be a huge consumption, but before we go for the consumption of this Tier 4, we will have to enable them to enable them to have better incomes. So better incomes means giving them some support when they are starting businesses, giving them support in health, education. So the governments of these countries will have to come further and cater to this bottom of the pyramid. So like China has done a lot of elevation of the people who were there in the bottom of the pyramid. So right now they have been able to reduce the percentage of people who are there in bottom of pyramid. Then in India, there's a good support from the government to people during the pandemic, and there are some schemes and so on, and even before pandemic. So trying to help the small and medium sector, like there is our, we have a ministry for small and medium sector, MSME. So we support, and there are there's a lot of micro finance that is happening. So microfinance means smaller banks are available in the in the rural areas, and smaller banks are available, and they lend at a very example, Unnati Financial Services, and there is Bandhan Bank, and so on. So these banks are into providing finance to the aspiring lower income group, so that they can build income. So what I'm trying to say is, one of the way to to reduce poverty and to reduce such kind of problem at the bottom of the pyramid is to give income generation schemes. So income generation schemes is helping them with education, helping them to get the jobs, giving job ready, skill ready kind of a programs, training programs, and then giving some loans when they are starting the businesses, giving them better startup ideas and entrepreneurial ideas at the rural. So this is how, of course, you see very huge innovations in the areas of agriculture and processing, agro processing kind of a scenario in the rural areas. So this is how we are supporting in India and other countries. And if you can see the second paragraph, doing business with the world's 4 billion poorest people, which are 2/3 of the world's population, will require radical innovations in the technology and business models, which means that a multinational, in order to cater to a bottom of a pyramid, will have to come up with certain changes in the technology and certain changes in the business model. So it's a example that multinationals who entered India, let's say Coca-Cola and Pepsi, so they had to make changes in their distribution, they had to make changes in their in the way they sell in India, because India in the rural areas especially is very diverse, and it very separated. It's kind of diverse, at the same time it's kind of separated in terms of geographical location. And today we can say that Coca-Cola as a multinational has been able to reach to each and every village of India. So that's the kind of kind of innovation that they are doing. Then there is another brand in India called Tata Tea. So Tata Tea works with they put up stalls during these in the rural areas. You have hearts and so on, so Tata Tea puts up stalls. Then there is even some of the insurance companies which put up stalls. So this way they educate some of the bottom of the pyramid people as to they create the awareness. So this is what we mean by changes in the technology and business model. Then there is one kind of a chota cool kind of a chota cool. So this is a AC which was specially prepared for the rural areas with a lower pricing and a and a smaller size, which helped coolers in the for the rural area. So again, I'm saying that the bottom of the pyramid, in fact, is like a mine. It's like a gold mine, because there are so many people aspiring to buy products if we can give them at a better price and better innovation. You will also see that some of the multinationals have come up with small sachets of ranging from 2 rupees to 5 rupees and so on, small sachets, so that the lower pricing will enable these lower income groups to buy these products. So there's a huge potential there. So I wanted to connect that emerging markets have bottom of the pyramid, and in these bottom of the pyramid there are consumers, which and there is opportunity for most of the sectors, whether it is banking, whether it is finance, or whether it is fast moving consumer goods. So this is what I mean by the bottom of the pyramid. And we can in fact say that there is a fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. Why? Because major percentage of people are there, and we can cater with products and services for this bottom of pyramid. So this concept was first time given by Indian scholar C.K. Prahalad. So in his book, he showed that how this demographic this demographic of bottom of pyramid tier 4 is going to be a very huge profitable target segment and a consumer base. Even though members or people in the BOP is part of the largest because they are close to 60% people, but still they are poor in terms of income levels, and they have low consumption, and they have lower access to financial services and even health education. So we can also go ahead and say that an informal economy of 40 to 60% in the developing countries, they kind of live in these rural villages and the urban slums. So these people constitute the bottom of the pyramid. The quality and quantity of products and services available in tier 4 is low, and there's another thing that these people also have low formal education, and with a conventional distribution and capital requirements, we may not be able to reach them, because they are kind of we have to go deep into the rural areas. We have to go deep. It cannot be just a periphery of the urban area. If you go deep, then you'll be able to cater to them more. So one example I wanted to say about bottom of pyramid. So this example is from India. So in 1990s, of course, you've heard about this. So I'm just connecting it with the bottom of the pyramid, that how a brand can click at the bottom of the pyramid. So in 1990s, a local firm, Nirma Limited, began offering detergent products for poor consumers, mostly in the rural areas. And this happened even when Surf was there, Excel was there, um, um, and Surf was there, and this Surf was from a multinational, and still Nirma went ahead, and Nirma could identify the gap that while Surf is at a higher price and they are concentrating on distribution in the urban areas, so they wanted to cater to a particular target segment. So what did Nirma do? Um, a small firm in Gujarat. So they began offering detergent products for poor consumers, mostly in the rural areas. In fact, Nirma created a new business system that included a new product formulation. It was a innovative, like I said, you will have to make certain changes to your existing products of your multinational or of your domestic company in order to cater to this new rising segment of the bottom of the pyramid. So Nirma created a new business system that included a new product formulation, low cost manufacturing process, a wide distribution network, because you have rural people staying in various pockets, in dispersed pockets, right? So you need a wide distribution network, special packaging for daily purchasing, and a value pricing. So there were changes in product, there was changing in distribution, there was changing in the packaging. So at the same time, in order to beat this competition of Nirma, another company, HLL, which is Indian subsidiary of Unilever. So HLL, beginning, they did not think too much about Nirma, but like as and when Nirma started getting market share, then Nirma had to react. So, however, as Nirma grew rapidly, HLL could see its local competitor was winning in a market it had disregarded. Ultimately, HLL saw its vulnerability and its opportunity. So, finally, in 1995, to compete with Nirma, HLL released this brand called Wheel. So in 1995, the company responded with its own offering with a traditional business model, and HLL's new detergent called Wheel was formulated to substantially reduce the competition which was being posed by Nirma. And HLL also made changes in the distribution, and then they went on to get into the rural India, and today Wheel is now popular among the rural population, or what we say the bottom of the pyramid. HLL also made pricing changes with by controlling their cost, and so that they could introduce Wheel at a low price point. Then there is also an example of, so we saw examples at the bottom of the pyramid. So we saw examples of Nirma. Then of course everyone knows about how Tata Nano was launched as the cheapest car, and it was targeted at the bottom of the pyramid. Then there is Amazon right now, which is a multinational, and it is also it on its e-commerce platform now, it motivates and looks for business from the small vendors, because India is a lot about unorganized small vendors also. So a large percentage are there. So Amazon saw this opportunity, and right now it is training many small vendors around the world to scale up and become credible brands in their own rights. So these are examples of bottom of pyramid. So what did I cover? I covered what is bottom of pyramid, why it is an opportunity in the emerging markets. Then I covered that what should be the strategies, how should you manage in these rural economies, in this bottom of the pyramid. There will have to be a change in the way we are doing, the strategy will have to change from urban market. In order to cater to the bottom of the pyramid, you will need changes in production, distribution, and packaging and promotion and so on, in order to cater to this segment. So this is what I wanted to deliberate about the bottom of the pyramid, and the strategies as to how to go about.